Can I do a mic test? I want to make sure.
Mic off.
We hear you.
Go by on the right road.
Yep, thanks.
section.
Oh, Paul, if you mess up, you gotta pull over, man.
Mic on.
No, you guys can stay here. Sorry, I didn't get that. Yeah. The old people link there right below the other one. Yeah, in general chatter, right below the video box, there's another link.
Mic off. Mic on.
Oh gosh.
Yo, Jevon.
Alright.
Wait, guys, how much laps is the race?
1 hour.
1-0.
Yeah,
We're looking at like 34 laps, I think, from calculations.
34 laps?
Yeah, I think that's my rough estimate, 34, 35. If we're doing 100 something lap times. Or 35.
Respect here, bro.
Alright, guys.
At
That's...
At 146 you get third for that. Anything below you good.
So we'll say like 36 laps because
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
Alright, guys. That was the end of your practice session. We head into qualifying now. Remember, stay off the comms, and then unless you absolutely need to communicate with me. And focus. Good luck out there. Have fun. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to our second round of our GT4 Championship Series. This is our, well, it was supposed to be our third round, given the fact that we're in our third week now of the series, but we had to postpone one of the races because some of the guys there get out on track now. Qualifying is going to be a bit loud. I just want to get out of the way real quick. Alright, so as I was explaining to you, we had some difficulties with the last event and we had to postpone it to a later date. But what we had done is replace it with a club event, or what we call official race series event.
Right, Martin.
At Silverstone, as we get.
Alright, guys.
Sorry.
As we see the guys go around the Misano World Circuit here. We are where we are at today. Do we have leading the charge? It's Martin Webster. So let's try and get to Martin. It's not Martin Webster, it's actually Oswin Wilson.
Go ahead and meet President.
Representing the British Virgin Islands. Oswin Wilson is a born Guyanese, but he's currently residing in BVI and has decided to represent that country. So welcome along then. Feel free to chat with us in the
I'll let you go by Daniel.
comment section, and I'll get to your questions if you have any.
On the right.
I hope you enjoyed today's event. It's pretty tight, given the fact that the timesheets throughout the week have shown the top 10 within a second of each other. That's amazing to have.
please don't park it on the track like that. If you want to park it, just stick it off the racing line.
I'm not on the racing line, sorry.
We've got the guys in chat, as you can hear them communicating with each other. We have that for a particular reason, and it has to do with if, for instance, they're coming up behind another faster guy or slower guy, that is, they can communicate their intentions of getting by, especially within the race when they have lapped persons in front of them. They can communicate that with them and get on by. Oswin now is about to complete his lap. Oh, he runs out just a little bit wide there into Misano 1
I'm getting connection issues.
T15. He heads now into
Anybody else?
Misano 2 T16.
Yeah, I had collision in the beginning, but I just had to get out and get in again, then it works.
She comes across the line with a 146.319. Greene with a 146.627. Then Summerbell with a 146.259. Young though takes that away with a 145.259. Marlon Young in the Toyota Supra here. Hines though in the McLaren goes a 145.257. Hassan registering a 146.153. Not bad by Hassan here in the McLaren. Sorry, Austin Martin. Been doing some pretty good times throughout the week. And he's definitely one to look for. Christian Rajanath finally registering a time on the board in his Mercedes. And the youngster here actually winning the last race, our ORSE race, because of people being disqualified around him. He actually managed to get third position at the end of that race, but
Honestly, I don't have anything to compare it against.
have
Because
now been elevated to podium 1 position as he try to get by Paul G and Ram here. Paul lets him by as Hines goes faster and takes that position back from Marlon Young with a 145.257. And we'll just watch. He's actually behind Marlon, so let's follow Marlon through. But Senna with very little practice with a 144.938. Ooh, but the back end is skittish on that Celine S1. As 1, 2, and 3 proves quite demanding on that car. Hines though, back on the charts there with a 144.650. I believe the entire time of qualifying. That's how we'll see these guys exchanging pole position. As I was just explaining to you, the top 10 is all within a second of each other throughout the week. But of course, fastest laps do not win races. Summerbell taking that car back into the pits. Marlon Young seems as though he's gonna do same. Oh no, he's just probably just setting himself up for a new lap. And Rahul Nasir finally crosses the line with a 146.372. The Canadian not liking the Porsche out in this GT4 class. His father now registering a time of 149.882 in the other Porsche. They're both racing on the same team, RDN Racing, and are the only persons having the Porsche out here. Now, some of you might want to know, how are these cars chosen? Are they allowed to choose their own cars? No, they're not allowed to choose their own cars. As a matter of fact, right before the beginning of every championship series, the cars are allotted to them via a lottery process. As Martin Webster now registers his time on the board with a 145.976. Hines goes even faster there with a 143.982. That's almost the fastest we've seen so far. I think the fastest we've seen is a 143.7 from John Greene. Mind you, John Greene is carrying 100 kilograms of extra weight on his car as per regulations. The other person's carrying weight is, Jevon gunning with 75 kg and Kurt Moss with 50 kg. This is Kurt Moss right here. Gunning, not being able to register a time thus far. Christian Rajnath up now into second position, ladies and gentlemen. 7/10 off the pole position. What an amazing run there by the youngster. Webster claiming 6th. Sorry, is it Webster? No, Moss claiming 6th, 7th over Hassan. And we also have Ramirez registering a time. Finally, Daniel Williams crossing the line with a time there. And now going to take that car back into the pits. So will Kurt Moss. Williams as well. Finally, Sean Lee, another one of the Merc boys, registering a time there with just about 5 minutes left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to bring that car into the pits. Just managing 6th fastest. We can see Oswin having an issue down in the back there. Nasir as well in the pits, and they're now coming back out for their second stint. Ramirez claiming some positions across the line to go 8th fastest. Well done by the Cuban. Racing for Vikings Racing, yes. The owner of that team is hailing out of Denmark, and it's Klaus Klint, who is not yet on the timing charts here. Paul Jewenram finally registering a time there, coming across the line. We're in crunch time now, ladies and gentlemen. Crunch time, some of you may know, is on the 5 minutes, and we're at the 4th minute and 50th second there. That's John Greene making a move on the inside of Paul. Paul letting him by, it seems. And Paul, I don't think is going faster on this lap, but who is probably going faster? Rajnath coming out of the pits now. Quinlan Lal back with us again. He didn't compete in the first round of the championship event, but we saw the fastest time throughout the entire week being posted by Quinlan. If I can get to the other screen here, I'll be able to tell you that time. It was actually, I don't have his stored time here, which is quite so I don't have that time to, oh, just a sec, I actually do. Just allow me some time to bring that up. So yeah, Quinlan registering a 1:43.986 in the last event, but before that I know he did have a oh yeah, that is his time, 1:43.986. And yeah, that is his time, sorry. I was just making sure that I was correct. 1:43.986. So Demario Hines is actually bettering his fastest time, Quinlan's time that is, with a 1:43.982. Not bad at all there by Demario. Also not being able to register as much laps with us throughout the week of practice. As we're now down to 2 minutes and 50 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Who else has managed to register a time? Oswin Wilson, John Greene, all the way back in 14th position. That's our current leaderboard. Jevon there, probably on a faster lap than Klaus. Requesting to be led by Williams, climbing up one spot there as he comes across the line. This is Daniel Williams.
Demario, I'll let you go.
Rahul Nasir letting Demario by there. Just 2 minutes left on the clock. I want to see what Lal has as he comes across the line. No, he doesn't have enough there to claim pole position. Where is Rajnath? Okay, we've just got about half a minute left here as Williams goes up into 11th position. Not bad by him. Where is Lal? Lal has just about a 10th. Moss brings that car up into 8th position. Lal is now going to come across the line. Does he have enough on this lap to take pole position? Yes, he does by 1/10 of a second, ladies and gentlemen. Quinlan Lal takes pole position with 5 seconds left on the board. Demario Hines comes around the penultimate turn. Does he have what it takes to take back that pole position? No, he does not. Doing 1.3 seconds worse on that last lap. Rajnath canceling his lap as well. Marlon Young back in the pits. Senna Summerbell was actually not supposed to qualify in this session. Clearly.
Joe, put 21 front, 20 in that box.
Joe, you can just use the stock setup for his
Yeah, 21 front, 20 in back. Yeah, that's the killer right there.
Car, just don't go around it. It's it backwards.
Senna Summerbell losing that there. He actually had contact with Klaus Klint, but now it
Found the
seems as
perfect way to
though
go around it. I know it's kind of too late to be talking about this, but if we are near each other.
Afras Ali coming across the line for a last gunning, for a last gun at pole, and he's not able to make it. We've got Ramirez now coming across the line from 10th position and not being able to make it. Guys, well done on the qualifying, not bad run. We didn't have a lot of mishaps, and that's pretty good. But I'm very annoyed at the fact that Senna forgot he was not supposed to qualify.
No, I thought you said that I was just going to be put at the back, no matter what.
We can't do that. That's why we needed to do the rolling start, remember?
Oh, well, I thought you were just going to... Oh my gosh.
Start from
I
pit.
think... No,
Yeah, start from the pit.
Yeah, don't start in the game. Just let it run out, and then it's going to kick you back to the pits. Thanks a lot for that. Who said that?
I did.
Thank you very much, Demario.
But while we're going around for the formation lap,
We don't have a
just
formation lap.
let it-
No, we don't have a formation lap, remember? So he's just going to wait it out, let it put him back into the pits, and then he'll start from there.
well,
If you ask me, if you ask me, that's worse. That's worse. That's harsh penalty. That is gonna lock his controls for 40 seconds. By the time he goes, everybody's gone.
No. When he misses the start of the race, it does not.
All right.
Oh gosh. It doesn't even make... If I just turn off my computer right now, does it like mash up anyone else's game?
You wouldn't be able to even start the race.
Oh gosh. Well, I don't know if it makes sense to start the race. Because that penalty is kind of harsh. But
It's an
I
hour,
honestly
Senna.
don't think it gives you a penalty.
It's an
Yeah,
hour, Senna.
that's very harsh.
Well, he didn't actually forget what was discussed.
no, I just thought that they were gonna just put me to like give me. I
If we could have done that, we would have done that since last week or the week before, Senna.
Okay, question. What is
Well,
Senna going to do off the line? So because I'm directly behind him.
Say again?
I'm
No.
directly behind Senna. So
No.
once we
Right.
start.
do I just go back to pits or what?
No, just stay where you are.
Thanks, guys.
Just stay where you are. Don't click on the steering wheel unless you already have to just go back to the pits. But don't click on the steering wheel. It'll kick you
It's
automatically.
not letting me go. Oh my god. Oh god.
Okay, there you
I'm
go.
back to pit.
Good. Start now. And the race is
It
off.
says-
Race is off. Race is off. Be quiet.
Alright, well, I'm penalty.
Alright, off to a shaky start there. Do apologize for that.
Caught up in Senna.
But the race is off, ladies and gentlemen, with Quinlan with the whole shot, but Hines sticking close behind. And Zafiro having some issues here down the line once again, ladies and gentlemen. With a lot of issues too with some other guys. Hassan spinning out, maybe on cold tires. Lee and Greene as well has issues, ladies and gentlemen. Lee now out of this race.
Can we restart the race, please?
Okay, yeah, definitely a messed up start to the race, so we are going to do that.
Restart, sorry, man.
Shoot. I don't think you guys are... Yes, be quiet.
Do I still get a 40-second penalty in the pits?
Explain to me, what exactly did you do? Did you click on the steering wheel?
No, I did not. It just brought me back to the it just brought me back to the pits as where I started, kind of thing, and it said 40-second penalty.
Alright, this is what you do. As the race starts, let Afras by.
Okay. Alright, no problem.
And please don't dive bomb, sir. You just dive bomb and took somebody out in front of me too.
I'm going left, Senna.
Afras, you're to pass Senna. Senna, you're to let Afras by. And let's finally get this thing out of the way. Alright guys, lights, let's get ready.
Start.
And we are off once again. John Greene jumps the start and gets a drive-through penalty. That's not good for him. As we're also looking down the line, do they make it through? Oh, it's Afras Ali with the back end coming around, but he goes back on the power too soon, and now is tipsy topsy. We also got Oswin Wilson way down at the back. Sean Lee starting from the pits has an issue there with his game, maybe. Young being challenged, Rajnath being challenged by Young, and Rajnath coming back at him. Greene though challenging Rajnath now. It seems as though the youngster losing positions here at the start. Webster losing positions down the line as well. Gunning and Nasir up on him. Gunning goes into 10th position. Paul Ram goes into 14th position. Claims 2 positions there overall, does Paul Ram. It's Laldo with the lead off this race, and he's got a charge in Hines. Ramirez again loses it. Taking out Paul Ram and Hassan in the mix of things. The pack definitely going to be separated. Rajnath on Greene.
Car or something? I can drive.
No, we don't. Stop shouting, please. So Hassan now claims back some positions there on the inside of Kurt Moss. He goes, they collide, but he manages to stay ahead. Does Kurt Moss? No, Hassan takes that position from Kurt. Kurt has 50 kg on him, like I told you guys at the start of qualifying. Makes his way up there. Ali claiming a position over Oswin Wilson in the next Mercedes. Take you back up the field now with Quinlan Lal 7/10 ahead of Demario Hines, with Demario sticking with him. Marlon Young right behind him. He has Christian Rajnath breathing down his neck, ladies and gentlemen. The youngster holding to his 4th position. They're all in, settled in, comfortable. We've got Gunning versus Webster. It's close, I'll just turn him down.
Seriously? Like nobody can drive?
There's another issue here. I'm not sure what's going on. Clint, Hassan, and Jevon Ram.
First, I'm going to go right here.
It's definitely a rough start here. Both times out, but Quinlan cannot shake Demario Hines. Young cannot shake Christian Rajnath. Meanwhile, Greene pits, ladies and gentlemen. That is a strategic move as he's going to try to go the long way down. Summerbell back up into 5th position though. Not sure what had occurred with the start of the race for Afras Ali. We're going to have to definitely go to the stewards for that one. Webster as well in the pits. Ali climbing back even more positions down the line. Wilson in the pits as well. 1 second out between Lal and Hines. As they head into turn 8. He's brought that down to under a second there, Demario Hines. And it's proven to be quite tough, I would assume, to try and close that gap even more. It's down into 7/10. It seems as though this is where he's the strongest against the Mercedes in that McLaren, Demario Hines. Ali claiming another position over Joel Dallas there for 12th. Just in the background, you see Christian Rajnath nipping at the heels of Marlon Young. We've got another fight on hand. Hassan claiming a position over Clint. And you see them registering fastest times, their personal best times, that is. Quinlan Laldo with the fastest lap thus far. Going up back the line, we've got Gunning on Williams, ladies and gentlemen. It's an up and under move from Gunning. He's gonna have to be quaint on the brakes. Williams does leave enough room, but in the moment takes himself off of the racing line and suffers a cut track penalty for that. They're gonna suffer another one, both of them right here. Jevon Gunning and Daniel Williams. Yes, they do. Another person suffering cut track penalty is John Greene. Gunning seemingly has dispatched Daniel Williams and carries on the fight to close in on top 5. Wilson back out of the pits. Wilson having a host of hardware issues. Even from the last race out that we tried doing, he actually wasn't able to complete that race, Oswin Wilson. Some of them needing some hardware upgrades definitely with this. As we head back now to Quinlan Lal as he completes yet another lap, with Demario Hines losing some time to him. It's all about being passive aggressive in this race, as they've got a whole lot of time to go with. It's more strategy than anything else. Christian Rajnath registering his first cut track penalty there, and Rajnath having even more issues with Young. It seems they had it coming together. That's why you see Rajnath waiting on him. And now Rajnath is going to get to go. He actually loses out on that even further. by having to wait on Marlon Young. He lets Marlon Young by, and Jevon Gunning gets by as well. He's now been relegated to position 6th. Klaus Clint registering his second cut track penalty, that is. You can see that wide line being taken there by Daniel Williams to clear Curcia. Looking down the line, we've got Young now coming under pressure from Gunning. Take you in car with Gunning. Nasir has got Greene behind him as well. We'll take you to that fight in a moment. Rajnath and Williams have got something. Ooh, the amount of correct steer there by Gunning is unbelievable through that section. How did he manage to hold on is anyone's guess. But Marlon Young pits, ladies and gentlemen. Is that a strategic call? Marlon takes that car into the pit. Gunning's up into 4th position now. Summerbell, meanwhile, is into 3rd. Marlon Young, though, is this a strategic move? Yes, it is. I thought he had a penalty, and Greene claims a position over Nasir. Nasir fights back with Greene on the outside, gives him just enough space. Does he have enough to cover him off? Yes, he does, John Greene. But struggling, you can see him fighting that car. John Greene takes it way out of bounds and suffers another cut track penalty. He moves over into a defensive line. That 100 kg is definitely a lot of pressure for him. On the inside now is Rahul to reclaim that position. Ramirez and Moss very much closely behind as well. Greene is going to go back to him. I know that for sure. We've also got Gunning over Rajnath finally. Rajnath is actually fighting back, ladies and gentlemen. He's even closer now. He's definitely stronger through this section here, as we saw how much Gunning has had to fight with that car. Gunning, must I remind you, has 75 kg worth of ballast as well. Another cut track penalty being registered for Klaus Clint. He's up to 3 now out of 5. This track proven to be quite demanding on the guys. DeMario registering his first cut track penalty there, as they go around 4, 5, and 6. It's up now to 2 seconds. Quinlan managing to open that gap against DeMario Hines. Quinlan, though, off track for the first time as well. It seems as though they're finally feeling the degradation from their tires, and with the lesser fuel causing first some changes in the way they drive. We have a move here on Young on Clint. I have to watch my mouth as I say Clint and not say the wrong thing. Nasir still has Greene as a bother behind him, not being able to shake that Audi R8. Joel registering his 3rd cut lap penalty. If they get 5 out of 5, they'll have to do a drive-through penalty for it. Sorry, I should say that's a cut track warning and not penalty. Webster makes a move on Jevon Ram here for 17th position and gets the move completed. These guys suffering a lot here on this track, as Lala comes across the line, so does Hines. Summerbell now registering his fastest time of the race. Gunning leading the charge in the second group in 4th position, cannot shake Christian Rajnath off him. I must tell you guys, this is an amazing run by Christian Rajnath, as he is on a controller while everyone else is on a sim rig. And on a sim rig entails a pedal and wheel setup, so they have much more control over the car. But what's up for debate is how much quicker they are. It seems as though definitely this track is not suiting the Celines, and you can see them suffering for it. Klaus, Afraz, and Oswin all having cut track warnings there. Rajnath makes a move on gunning though. Why did we look away? Ooh, but a little bit of oversteer there from Christian Rajnath. He manages to take it under control, and Gunning is going to have his work cut out for him. Greene, once more,
so bad.
gets by John Greene, and you can hear him complaining of a corner cut. But I want to take you back to this fight here. It seems as though Gunning is losing to Rajnath now. If this is proven correct, Christian Rajnath might have a shot at 3rd position once again, because Summerbell is going to eventually suffer the same fate as Jevon Gunning. One would only think to ponder. I myself has been in the Celine. I'm actually in the pits there. The black car you see in the pits, that's me. And I can tell you down the 3rd sector, it's very tricky to hold that car in one place. Trust me. So this track is definitely demanding on these cars more than the last time out. But this is why we do have the ballast here, so that we do not have a repeat of the same winners from the last race to make the championship more interesting. That is, it's actually what they use officially in SRO with the GT Challenge series, in their sim racing series. As these regulations have been half scaled to that. Clint in the pit. Seems as though he's bringing that car in for his scheduled pit stop, I believe, unless he has a little bit of damage. Rajnath though managing to pull away from Gunning with an 8 to almost a 2nd time average between him and Christian. Christian looks quite comfortable though, as he's throwing that car around. We're looking for battles down the line. Greene managing to open up a little bit on Nasir. Seems as though Nasir might have expended a lot of tire while in the pursuit of keeping Greene behind him. Summerbell in a lone land here, as 9 seconds separate him. Kurt Moss registering his 2nd cut track warning. No one is in the chat. I mean, it's against the rules to chat in the race, but no one's communicating with anyone because they're all so focused. Quinlan, though, seems as though DeMario's managed to bring that car back under 1 second to him and might just be turning on the pace now. Or Quinlan turning off his pace to save on his tires. Almost losing it there, DeMario Hines, and he loses a lot of time to Quinlan as he went back for the power. Webster on Danny Nasir down in 15th position. Where is Marlon Young? Having already pitted, he's in 14th position, but his pace seems to have fallen off. Rajnath pulling ahead from Gunning continuously. Now it's more than a second. Another one that we have to watch then is Daniel Williams not being able to practice as much. Teammate of Oswin Wilson. Seems to be about 4 seconds between him and Jevon Gunning. I want to see if he's actually going to be able to close that gap. Klaus Clint, ladies and gentlemen, registering a drive-through penalty for cutting. That's his first one, his 5th one that is. So now he's got to serve that penalty. Rahul Nasir registering for the first time his cut track warning. 1 out of 5 he has to go. Azad Hassan registering his 4th. He's got to watch himself. As we slowly approach the 39-minute mark, Joel Dallas registers his 4th. And Senna Summerbell registers his 2nd. This track, ladies and gentlemen, no one wants to stick within its confines. Taking you back to the lead of this race, DeMario Hines seemingly closing that gap little by little after that mistake he made at the beginning of the back straightaway. Well, it's not really a straightaway now, is it? But the back section of the track. Ali makes a move on Ramirez, but it seems as though it's been proven too hasty or somewhat, as he's managed to bring that car around. On the inside, what is Ramirez doing? He makes contact with Moss. Then Hassan, after coming together with Zafiro, makes... Oh my gosh. Too ambitious there. From the Cuban on the inside of Kurt Moss. Not much being lost by Moss though. As I did say to you guys that he has a 75 kg ballast to carry around. Ali makes a move on him and now up into 10th position. His teammate Lee, Sean Lee, who was looking very strong through practice and qualifying, is sadly not in the race. I think there's been a matter of technical issues there for him. These guys though are pretty close together. We got Lal coming across the line there with Hines not managing to close that gap. It's still about the same as we left it through this section right here. What about Summerbell? Summerbell's also not being able to close that gap, but none of them have been able to pit yet. Christian Rajnath finally takes that car into the pits, letting Jevon by as well as Williams. Depending upon his strategy, Christian, he's got a shot here at third because Summerbell, Hines, and Lal still need to pit. He's not that close. Oswin having a conversation there with Danny Nasir whether he's going to give him the position or make him work for it. We'll have a look-see. Clint lets them by as Clint is down a lap. Rajnath, Ramirez too takes that car into the pits. Moss covers over Rajnath now. As Rajnath is coming out of the pits. Here he is. He's got to wait until the guys behind him get by though, the leaders of this race. And Wilson it's finally confirmed to him that he's definitely got to work for it, and Danny's not going to let him by. We're approaching the 35-minute mark, ladies and gentlemen. Ramirez still in the pits. Ooh, up and under business there from Oswin Wilson, suffering a lot here. We can see Sean Lee trying to get back into the server as we ride now with Oswin in his Mustang. Demario Hines registering his second cut track warning there. You can see Oswin much more stronger there on the brakes. It doesn't matter what position he's fighting for though, Oswin, with his big whole heart. He's going for 15 like it's been given to him. Danny seemingly much wider on entry to that turn, but Oswin much tighter and is able to close that gap significantly. Backs off just a bit to take this turn right here. Danny though is in control of that lead of the race. He manages just a bit. He goes side by side, ladies and gentlemen, into the Postponed turn. But it's still Danny Nasir ahead of Oswin Wilson. What an exciting bout, and Klaus has front row tickets to witness all of this go down. A fight, not for the lead of this race, but a fight nonetheless. He goes back on the inside. They're neck and neck. He has that. Yes, he does. He takes it. Manages to slow down. Danny almost follows him. Oswin almost loses it, ladies and gentlemen. Pure excitement through 4, 5, and 6. As he finally managed to close that down and end that battle with Danny Nasir. We run with Danny now. Doesn't seem Danny has a response for that bout, and Oswin goes away in the distance. What a great little fight that was to witness. Klaus especially having a front row seat to that matchup. I'll take you back now in front. It seems as though Hines has managed to reclaim some tenths here to Quinlan Lal. Greene on Williams. Seemingly so, being done freely. Greene has already managed to pit here, so he's looking to go the long way down. Even with 100 kg, he's been placed in a difficult position here to think out a strategy that's going to work for him. The top 4 have not pitted as yet. Rajnath has. He's in the top spot there, supposed to be at least in the top 5. You can see him all the way in 13th position. I don't believe Dallas as well as pitted. Gunning, registering a cut lap penalty there. But Greene significantly closer to Gunning now. And it's going to take that fight to him. We ride now with Greene. Williams is also in 6th position. Look at that fight. Looking at this fight, Marlon Young makes a move on Joel Dallas for 11th position.
Yeah.
Wow, that was close.
Jesus. What?
When you got lucky there.
Lucky's not the word, bro. I closed my eyes.
And Quinlan almost losing it, this seems, as Hines has managed to close the gap even further. Where is Greene though on Gunning? They're now on the back straightaway. Well, not the straightaway. I guess I'll just say that. They're on the back, not the straightaway. And you can see where the Celine has more power here. Oh, and Jevon ultimately losing it. He comes back on the track, unfortunately, not being able to pull that car straight. But does manage to avoid contact, or should I say John Greene managing to avoid contact with him. But Jevon now falling prey to Daniel Williams, who's got this Mustang planted, ladies and gentlemen, in 6th position, but he's going to want to have to get uprooted and into a 5th position with Jevon this close to him. We ride now with Daniel. So smooth through this section here is Daniel Williams. And Jevon Gunning, you can see him almost losing the back end again in that Celine S1. Ali finally goes into the pit. Klaus Clint as well as Joel Dallas. Back up now with Daniel Williams on Jevon Gunning, Webster, Dallas. Over on Ali in the pits. Jevon seemingly having to drift this car around Misano, ladies and gentlemen, just to stay ahead of Daniel Williams. And Demario Hines finally takes that car into the pits. A strategic move here now being played out by Demario Hines. Senna Summerbell coming across the line now to claim 2nd position, but he too needs to pit his car. Danny Nasir as well heading into the pits. Joel still in the pits. I think he's now coming out, Joel. Yes, he is in the next Celine S1, not having a competition number there as his number came in quite late for deliveries. Demario Hines finally releases himself just behind John Greene. Williams though up on Gunning as Gunning goes into the pits as well. You can see the strategies now playing out as we're on the...
So just watch it.
as they are now under the halfway mark of this race. So Gunning, Hassan too is in the pits. Moss comes across the line into 7th position, but I don't think Moss has pitted as yet. Young, followed by Rajnath as well, comes across the line. We know that they have pitted. So Gunning is going to come out ahead, ladies and gentlemen, just as he joins now right behind Marlon Young and Christian Rajnath. Not bad by Jevon Gunning to stay with these guys. Lal finally goes into the pits. Where is Demario Hines? You can see him now coming around 12, 13, and 14. So it's going to be quite close on the re-entry into the race from Quinn and Lal against Demario Hines. I do believe Daniel Williams need to take that car as well into the pits. He seems as though he's struggling, Daniel, on those tires. Summerbell goes into the pits. Daniel does go into the pits as well. Ooh, a little bit too much there by Hines. Where is Lal? Lal is on the exit of the pits. Greene goes into the lead of this race, and you should remember that Greene has already pitted. Demario Hines is going to be close against Lal. Lal has been released in front of Demario Hines once more, but Demario Hines not that far behind. Where is Williams on Senna? Senna just been released there, and Williams is not as yet. Kurt Moss finally into the pits as well. John Greene is now leading this race, ladies and gentlemen, with 100 kg on that car as ballast. Where is Quinlan? Not far behind. Where is Hines? Even closer. Nasir, also taken to the pits as well, is in 4th position. Summerbell has Senior Nasir in front of him as a lap car. Young has got a line behind him. This battle is brewing. No, this battle is here, ladies and gentlemen. Young, Rajnath, Gunning. This line seems pretty much familiar coming off of Ver. It was practically the same thing. Only person missing from this, I think, is Martin Webster. Williams seems to be losing a lot of pace there, though. Wondering if he made a mistake with his pit stop. Ooh, we've got it coming together with Rajnath and Marlon Young. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the second time he's managed to take out Young. Waiting on him, though, as per the regulations stipulate. And Marlon is able to get going again, releasing Gunning into the wild. Only with Daniel Williams behind him. And with about a 2.3 second buffer to do so. Zafir Ramirez and Christian Rajnath continuing to have issues here. Greene with a 3.5 lead, 3.6 second lead. Summerbell across the line in 5th position, ways away from the leaders of this race. It will be spectacular to see what the closing minutes of this race will bring, as we've got such a drastic change in the leadership of it. Demario Hines, the trio has been able to increase this gap extensively against Rahul Nasir, who's now into 12, 13, and 14. Meanwhile, Hines, Lal, and Greene are already on the front straightaway. Here's the thing about these guys. Apart from John Greene, their paces are quite similar. With John Greene suffering that ballast, 100 kg ballast, it's pretty much matched now. But it seems as though Greene is still managing to open the gap against Lal. It's about 3.1 into turn 4, 5, and 6. We'll look at it on the following lap and see what it says. Down the line, we've got Rajnath back on Young, ladies and gentlemen. This time for 8th position. Coming across the line, they're doing just about the same amount of time around this track. Lal closing the gap there to Greene, little by little. Christian sticking around that 6/10 mark, as he's in the slipstream now of Marlon Young. The problem's not going towards Marlon. Azad Hassan, ladies and gentlemen, suffering a drive-through penalty after accumulating 5 cut track warnings. So now his race is practically over, because he cannot take a pit stop, a regular pit stop, during that drive-through penalty. He's ultimately got to take 2 pit stops then to complete this race in regulation, within regulation. Sat day out for Azad Hassan, as he seemed quite pacey throughout this entire race. I mean, since the beginning of the race, he's been out a bit. But he did manage to claw back some positions. Azad Hassan. Ooh, a little bit oversteered there from Christian Rajnath, as he's anxious to get back on the power and take the fight to Marlon Young. And even further is the gap being closed by Quinlan Lal against John Greene. I'm constantly watching the timing sheets to see that fight as it develops. You see them going as basically the same amount of time around this track here. Christian Rajnath and Marlon Young, both with a 46.2, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to step back a bit. Oh, I don't even want to, man. He's even closer now, Christian. Danny Nasir moving out of the way there. Let me see if I can get a better shot for you. He's even closer now, getting a great exit out of that turn there. Christian Rajnath into 9 and 10 they go. This is where they collided, couple laps back, managing to stay out the way. Christian with a very much clean exit to that turn, and even closer now down the Nata back straightaway into turn 11. Off of the accelerator is Christian Rajnath, as he's trying to preempt the braking zone of Marlon Young, and he does so quite well to stay out of trouble. Greene takes that car into the pit for the 2nd time. What has occurred there? Lal goes back into the lead of this race. I'm not quite sure what is going on for John Greene to have to pit a 2nd time around. This is quite interesting. He's now back into 5th position with Summerbell in front of him in 4th. Hassan now takes that car into the pits. Oh, he's serving his drive-through penalty. That's what it is. Who is Wilson fighting with? Fighting against Kurt Moss here for 11th position. So he's rid his slate of Danny Nasir and now taking a fight to Kurt Moss. Must remind you that Kurt Moss has 75 kg, no 50 kg worth of ballast on that car. So he's definitely not in the top 5 of this race. Someone is saying to me that John Greene had a drive-through penalty. I really did not see that occur. But he has served it and is now back into 5th position. But without it, John Greene would be leading this race. They said to put 200 kg next time on his car. I don't know, the regulations can't keep changing like this. Here we are, Heinz against Lal. This race, this particular battle has been going on since the race began. Clint back in the pits as well. Gunning now coming across the line with a 45.8. Demario Heinz still having issues here with these tires. Looking down the line, Young just cannot shake Rajnath. Rajnath just cannot get by Young. We know Young for being a very defensive driver from our GT3 Championship Series. And it's proven to be the same out here. That line from Daniel Williams is very interesting, I'll let you know. Demario Heinz suffering his 4th cut track penalty, ladies and gentlemen. He's got to watch it now. Rajnath has that line down, but he does not have the pace to get by. He tucks in the slipstream now of Marlon Young. He's got enough to go up on the inside, but he doesn't want to do a dive bomb maneuver. Seems like he's going to try something different here. Oh, if he's got this inside, he's got it, ladies and gentlemen. If he's got this inside, he's got it. But now Marlon has that inside line, and he's going to want to try a switcheroo. Does Christian have what it takes? They go neck and neck, ladies and gentlemen. Into the penultimate turn, he backs off Christian Rajnath. Marlon Young comes out again, once again ahead of Christian Rajnath. They come across the line, and Christian's got another lap of work to do, ladies and gentlemen. Seems as though Demario Heinz suffering once more as Quinlan Lal has been gifted. Ooh, just a top, ladies and gentlemen, once again. Christian Rajnath against Marlon Young. It seems as though Christian has got to take several steps back and rethink his strategy here against Marlon Young.
Warnings again?
Drive-through penalty. Christian now being pushed back into the teammate of Marlon Young in the name of Martin Webster, the only other Toyota Supra on track.
Marlon, I'm down, fight it. Go ahead. Chase him down.
And Christian giving up that fight there with Marlon Young, and giving Marlon the opportunity to run ahead. Maybe a bit too late though, as he's got about 7 to 8 seconds separating himself and Daniel Williams. 13 minutes left on the clock. So Lau in a comfortable position now, under 13 minutes. Heinz too in a comfortable position. Nasir up into 3rd position, and we know that he has already... What's this in the background? Greene on Senna Summerbell definitely a fight to watch. Where did this come from? I was actually looking at the timing charts to see this fight, but it wasn't there. It's now here, ladies and gentlemen. John Greene against Senna Summerbell for 4th position, and Rahul not that far away in front of them in 3rd. 12 minutes to go. What's going to happen here? I'm looking down the line now to see who else has fights to look at. Doesn't seem as though we have anyone else to go through. So we're going to stick here with John Greene. Someone was telling me earlier before the race had begun that we stuck a lot with John Greene in the last race. It's just that John Greene decided to stay out of qualifying and work his way up through the field, which we know he could do, and that's what I wanted to cover. It's not that we're trying to be biased or anything. And now here we are again covering John Greene. He's in a fight. What do you want me to do? Senna's definitely not going to give this to him on a silver platter, I can tell you that for sure. He's got a lot of work cut out for him, John Greene, but it seems as though Senna is definitely struggling. Much later on the brakes is John Greene into 4, into 5, and now 6 they go. Ooh, he's gonna have to take the outside loop, but he loops back on the inside. He suffers his 5th and the final cut track warning, is it? No, I'm not seeing any penalties come on the screen. So it's 5 out of 5, and he's got one more. He's now on the outside, coming into the inside of 9 and 10. He's in no position to challenge for this position though, so he backs off into this one, backs off again, ladies and gentlemen. Neck and neck.
Second down. Go.
Neck and neck, ladies and gentlemen. Zafiro suffering a drive-through penalty. Senna managing to stay ahead. Ramirez out of this race. There was some confrontation just now over the comms. I'm not sure between who. I think it was Christian, but I don't know who else. And the two of them are actually closing the gap to Rahul Nasir. Rahul pits, ladies and gentlemen. I did not know that Rahul needed to pit again. These guys are running double strategies. I'm not sure what's going on in this race. It's not like I didn't do my homework. I've been in this server quite a few. As we go again against Senna Summerbell. John Greene, he pushes Senna out, but that's okay. You can race out on that part of the track. Senna coming back though to John Greene. I don't believe it's going to be dispatched that lightly or that easy for John, but John moves up into 3rd position now. Nasir losing those positions down the line. Senna Summerbell not letting John Greene go here. Seems as though having a much slower exit than John Greene though out of that turn is Senna Summerbell, but like I told you, these Celines are twitchy on exit. And even more twitchy through this section right here on the braking. And could be where he is going to lose much of his time to John Greene. John Greene though, having some issues through this section himself. As they complete a lap now, John Greene might be feeling comfortable. You can see that weight throwing the car around. Senna Summerbell, 2 wheels off the circuit, ladies and gentlemen, closing the gap to John Greene. Have a look on the inside. Late brakes into turn 1. Does he manage to have it stuck? Yes, he does, ladies and gentlemen. Now we roll back with John Greene. Ladies and gentlemen, we have under 8 minutes left in this race. Your leader, Quinlan Lal, has managed to increase a gap of 6 seconds against Demario Hines. But the duo have been able to collectively increase the lead over Senna Summerbell and John Greene here by some 38 seconds. They actually have a free pit stop if they needed to. So I want to say excuse me there for that language from Zafir Ramirez through the chat, but he is out of this race because of a power cut to his home. As we watch now, John Greene has to fight with Senna Summerbell. Senna's not gonna let him by again so easily. I think what Senna just did, it was teaching himself what John Greene is coming against him with. And Senna now is in a position to keep John Greene away from his doorstep. He's knocking, but he's not allowing him in. Behind them though, we've got another fight brewing, ladies and gentlemen, against Williams. And, oh, but John Greene does make a move, and Senna Summerbell, why did we look away? Senna, come back. Can Senna come back? Not just yet. The final minutes of this race is going to be quite an exciting bout here for third position. The final position in the background, you can see Jevon Gunning and Daniel Williams crossing your screen in the fight for fifth. Senna not giving up here. He's definitely going to have to do better than that to keep that position if he wants it. Oh no! You gotta wait on him, Senna. You gotta wait on him.
Nah, let him go. I gotta drive through for that.
No.
Nah, go. I gotta drive through.
Oh gosh. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
And it's been boiled down here.
Do you want me to drive through as well?
Nah. Sorry, Paul.
The fight for third, ladies and gentlemen, has been simmered down.
Push now, Marlon. Push now.
As John Greene was love tapped by Senna Summerbell. He's very much.
Improvise.
And John Greene suffering again with another drive-through penalty. He's got Gunning to worry about. It's going to definitely be looked at though from the stewards. John Greene exit in front of Gunning. Legally so. Where is Marlon Young and Christian Rajnath? They're not too far away, this duo. And the two of them, well actually Christian is urging Marlon on. Christian does not want to fight Marlon. Christian wants them to take the fight to the guys in front. Not a bad idea, Christian. Not a bad idea. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in crunch time. Your leader comes across the line ahead of Demario Hines by 5-6 seconds or so. Some damage there on Demario Hines' car. You can see the sun glistening off of that bodywork. Fix it, developers. Fix it. This game doesn't even have developers anymore.
John, are you behind me?
No, William.
Afras Ali, ladies and gentlemen, in the closing stages of this race, has suffered a drive-through penalty.
Sorry, Afras, go ahead.
And Joel Dallas comes in contact with him.
Sorry about that.
Oh.
Joel lets him by as per regulations. Good to see them racing this way. And this is the type of racing that we want to encourage here at CSRO.
Oh my god, seriously.
And Joel too suffers a drive-through penalty. Technically Afras has one, so no biggie. Back at the front of this race, ladies and gentlemen, your race leader, Quinlan Lal,
Why does it say no pit?
has managed to bring this car
What was that?
Is the server off?
I just got disconnected.
Hold on.
Yeah, I don't think
Me
I
too.
got rammed. Oh, come on.
Are you kidding me right now?
That's so disappointing.
Yeah, I think everyone got disconnected.
Raul teleported straight into me.
Alright.
Reporter straight into me.
Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, everyone has been kicked out of the server. It's no fault of theirs, it's no fault of ours here at CSRO, but it seems as though our service provider has some technical issues. Once again, it seems as though this race is going to have to be postponed.
Can we go to the
No, let's do a 10-minute race.
Yeah, I feel like we should do a sprint race.
There was 1 minute left in the race. In real racing, if the race is 75% complete and the race ends,
Senna, let's do a 10-minute round.
No. Senna actually hold on. Senna's onto something. That's actually what we're going to do. So take a screenshot quickly of where everyone is. Shut up, Jevon. Not next time. Take a screenshot quickly of what's going on here, Sean Ramdio, so we can get this race out of the way finally, please.
I swear.
I also have
Dude,
my Twitch stream is live.
time, bro.
Alright guys, calm down, please. I want to apologize firstly to the viewers. This is of course no fault of ours. The service provider has some issues. These things do happen. And this is how we're going to rate this race. Quinlan Lal takes the win of this race, followed by Demario Hines, Senna Summerbell in third, Daniel Williams up to fourth, John Greene in fifth, Jevon Gunn in sixth, Young seventh, Rajnath eighth, Nasir ninth, that's Rahul, Martin Webster 10th, Moss 11th, and so on and so forth. I'm sorry guys that this has occurred. I know we had a great day here out, but these things do happen.
I want to say good job to Hines, man. You're so quick in the race.
I can't wait for Stefan to close the stream so I could cuss out what's his name?
Who? Who you can?
Too much sometime, bro. Like him don't even come practice and then I come.
But Jevon, let's be realistic here. This is the best thing to do. Else we'll be heading into a third week without completing the second round of the championship. We cannot have this happen. We have a schedule to meet.
A 10-lap race is actually a total waste of time.
It is.
No,
why are you pushing me?
Not 10 lap, 10 minutes.
Even worse.
Yeah, there was only 1 minute left.
Yeah, pretty much the positions that were. Well, I know for sure the top five were as
We had
as
1
they were.
minute left. Nothing was going to happen.
Yeah, and also, like, I don't know, at that point the tires are done.
You never know what could happen in 1 minute, yo.
Yeah, but bro, a 10-minute race is not going to fix
Wait,
that.
so what's the plan?
Okay, guys, let's not argue. Let's get into the protocols that we normally follow. Quinn, Tommy, just be quiet for a minute. Second, please. Thank you. So, Lal, let's get to you, guy. That was an astounding race, man. And congrats to you on the win.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, first of all, I want to say a big congrats and a thanks to all the Mercedes drivers. For this race, I know we worked, all of us, very closely to develop the setup. And it came through in qualifying. We managed to get the pole position. I don't think we had the fastest car in the race. I think Hines definitely had, in clear air, a quicker car than us. But our philosophy was definitely tire management. And when it came down to the in-lap for the stint, we managed to put in a good in-lap, good pit stop, and come out with a good enough margin. And a couple of times Hines did get close. It was a bit fun, you know. fun wheel-to-wheel racing. I think you got loose a couple of times, but yeah, overall, thanks for having me as well. Yeah, very happy with the results.
All right, thanks a lot, Quinn. And it was enjoyable to watch you guys go head to head, especially you, Demario. But it seems as though you just didn't have what it takes to take it to the Merc boys today.
Yeah, and I wish I had my partner to help me out to really, push me along. But come home second, I will take that, especially with the rocky starts to the championship that I've had so far and that we all had. So glad to be back on track. Glad to at least have one kind of completed. We nearly completed that race, but yeah, all in all, it was really good. And I have to congrats Quinn for joining us and taking the first win. And I really enjoyed fighting it with you. And hopefully, come next race, we could do the same thing.
Indeed, this championship is definitely heating up, ladies and gentlemen, as we go to Senna Summerbell now, who's managed, he didn't even do any testing throughout the week, but has managed to create a top 5 spot here. As a matter of fact, he's claimed the last position on the podium. But with that battle coming down to the end there against you and John Greene, it was quite great to watch. What happened?
John is, of course, probably the fastest driver in the field, so when I saw him behind me, I was taking it easy on my tires until he got right behind me, and when he got right behind me, I started to put it on, and I knew it was going to be hard for him to pass me, and he made a little mistake, and I knew he had the weight on of 2, so in my head, I was like, come on, Senna, just follow exactly what he does, and of course he's a great driver, you follow him, and when you follow him, you learn so much. Of course, I hadn't been testing this week, so I actually got the pace from qualifying, just following him one lap, just to see what he did, so being able to follow John is just awesome. You learn, you see what he does, how much of the track he uses, and then you use it against him, you pass him, and then when someone's behind you, it's very hard again. He's following you, so he passed me back, and then unfortunately, I had a lot of exit speed, my fault completely. I tried braking and then stepping back on the gas, and unfortunately just tapped the back of him and just got him loose and spun him off. And unfortunately, he had 5 cut penalties, so it made it 6, and he got a drive-through, which was very unfortunate because I wanted to give him back the position and continue racing. But it was just an awesome track to drive. It was pretty easy to get used to. Like I said, I had no setup on the car, stock setup, which all the guys test all week to get the setup. So it's kind of funny, but great race. Good job for all the guys.
Definitely, most definitely. We were enjoying that little bout there. John Greene, I just want to speak to you just a brief moment because I did not realize you had the first drive-through penalty. What was that for?
Yeah, I jumped the start. So
I actually forgot about that. Yes, we did see you jump the start. I want to say congratulations to all the winners there, guys. Thanks a lot for sticking by and joining us again once more for this event. Next week, we head on over to what's on the calendar here. Let me check right quick. Right, so we're going to head to Tor Poznan, ladies and gentlemen. Tor Poznan. If you don't know about that track just yet, go ahead and look it up. Thanks a lot, guys, for coming out today. Please stay with us for the driver's briefing. I'll be back with you in a moment as I close off the stream. Right, so there you had it, folks. What a weird ending to that event for sure. I just want to say thanks a lot for joining us today. It's been quite entertaining for sure to watch these guys go head to head the way they do. We've got a little crew growing here in the name of spectators. We want to keep this going, so I want to ask you guys to go ahead, like the video, share the video with your family and friends. You get them going on the streams as we go live every Saturday. We even try to do a live on Friday evenings so that we can get a little bit of hype going. We do that without commentary, so there will be a lot of banter between the guys as they practice along on the said circuit that we would race for that we would race at on Saturday. As it is, we hold races here every Saturday at CSRO. We're currently in our GT4 Championship Series. This was our second round. And I just want to say thanks a lot for joining us. And on the way out, just remember to hit that like button and hit that share button. We've also got a Patreon going, ladies and gentlemen. So what's Patreon? Patreon can also, if you guys like what's going on around here, you can actually support us by heading over to our Patreon link and subscribing to the show. And what I mean by the show is our streams. I'm going to post it now in the chat. And in the coming months, we're actually going to be offering some gift backs to these Patreon accounts. Thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today. I want to get going now to the driver's briefing. We have a driver's briefing after every race where we talk about the incidents involved between each competitor, and we use that time also to teach competitors on the way forward, whether that was against regulations or not, the best practices within sim racing, and not only just sim racing, but within motor racing as well. So I want to get quickly to that, to call it an early night. Thanks again for joining us. See you in the next one.
Mic off.